Good morning. I am delighted to be with you today. For more than a year now, I have been sharing these nuggets, what I call nuggets for the soul, with you. I started it at the start of the pandemic because so many people were, forced to be at home, not being able to go out much, and we became very restricted in some of the things that we can do. And so I started this short talk, these short videos, in order to try to be an encouragement to you. And I hope that it has been an encouragement to you. It certainly has been an encouragement to me. And so life is beginning to slowly get back to what we call the new normal. And so we want to continue. I want to continue doing these little short videos, nuggets for the soul. But I want to announce a couple of changes that I would like to make. So I'm announcing it today, and then we will start from next week, next Thursday. So every Thursday I will share with you some thoughts on the theme nuggets for the soul. I'll look at different subjects and just share some thoughts with you. But we are going to move the time. We're going to change the time. So it will now be beginning next Thursday. It will be 8 p.m. on Thursday night. Every Thursday night at 8 p.m. I will come with this little talk. And the goal is to try to reach a broader audience. And since so many people have gone back to work, some people are, back busy again, then I figure out it's probably better, instead of doing it at 11 o'clock on Thursday morning when most people are at work or busy doing something. I figure that probably at the night time, Thursday at 8 would probably be a more appropriate time. So that's the major change that I'm announcing to you. And the videos will be a little shorter, but again, they'll be available to you beginning next Thursday, every Thursday at 8 p.m. Okay, so today, just a few quick thoughts. I want to address the subject: don't forget your roots. Don't forget your roots. Now, as soon as I say that, I'm going to give you a note of caution. When I say don't forget your roots, then it is telling you basically, do not forget your past. Do not forget where you came from. Now, understanding that the past can be helpful and the past can also be hurtful. We don't want you to dwell on the past, because the past is gone. There is nothing that you can do to alter it. There is nothing that you can do that will affect it in any way. What is done is already done. We can hope or we can wish that we could go back and undo it, but it's an exercise in futility. So we cannot change the past. However, we can allow the past to empower us for the present and for the future. It's important that we do not forget our roots, do not forget where we came from, do not forget the past, because we want to be careful that, sometimes we can forget where we came from. And, for example, I'll give you an example. The Apostle Paul, often he reminds himself of his past. He says, I remember I was a persecutor of the church. And he says, I am not even fit to be an apostle, but by the grace of God, I am what I am. He says, look, here's what my past was. And I found grace. I did not deserve grace, but God, in his grace, rescued me, transformed me, changed my life, and I am glad, I am happy for it. But I remember, every time I remember my past, I remember the grace of God. And that's what I want to do. I want to remember the grace of God that has been operating in my life. I want you to remember the grace of God. Sometimes we can become very impatient with people that are struggling along the way. They are not as mature as we are. And they stumble, and they make mistakes, and they fall back into sin, and sometimes we can be very hard on them, okay, forgetting that where we ourselves came from. Okay, so as I reflect on my past, it gives me the power, or it gives me the encouragement, or it reminds me that I was not always what I am now, but God was patient with me, and God wants me to be patient with other brothers and sisters. Somebody stumbling along the way today, give them a word of encouragement, and remember that you yourself were probably walked in their shoes before. You were struggled, you had a hard time. Your life was not always as good as it is now. If you have a good job, you have a house, you have a family, you are doing well financially, you probably did not start off that way. Okay, you start off very difficult circumstances, but by God's grace and by God's help, He helped you along the way, and you are doing much better now. So, my friend, don't forget your roots. Don't forget the friends that helped you and encourage you along the way. By all means, don't forget your parents who gave you life and who has rescued you time and time and time again. Don't forget those who helped you along the way. And when you get to the point where you feel that you are now Mr. Big Stuff, you are walking on air, it's good to look at your roots, look at your past. And when you do so, it reminds you that it is the grace of God that has kept you. It is the grace of God that has you where you are now. And it enables you to be patient with others, because you realize that we are all in this together. Sinners indeed, sinners saved by grace, but it is the help of God that keeps us going. So today, as I sign off, remind you, next Thursday we'll be on at 8 p.m. But as I sign off, I want to sign off with this: do not forget your roots. God bless you. Have a wonderful day.